Well, hello and welcome to this week's video where I am talking about how healing your trauma invites the love of your life. I know it's Boxing Day and most of us have just come back from spending time with family that has triggered us and has brought up some certain emotions that we now have to deal with on Boxing Day. I'm sure that is why it's called Boxing Day, because let me not go into it because I don't want to embellish a history that is not even there and start something that is just not ready to get started. But what I am ready to start is to help you to heal so that you can find the love of your life by healing the traumas of your past experiences. And this is the advantage of doing so. So I'll be back right after this to talk to you a little bit more about how healing your trauma will invite the love of your life or the relationship of your dreams. Again, my name is Unique Swanda. I am your head coach and style concierge here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Today I'm talking about a topic that's really close to my heart because I've seen it in practice when I've done the soulmate with clients and they've gone on to have such amazing relationships, and I keep getting pictures and images of weddings and beautiful settings and drives away to the countryside. Like, honestly, for me, that is what makes my work worth it. That is what makes my work here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy so worth the time and effort that I put into it. So before I go ahead, do like, share, comment and subscribe, and be sure to make sure that you have a look at some of the videos that we've done and get familiar with what we do here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. So let's start off with the main thing about trauma. This word has been thrown around so many times and we hear about it everywhere, and I think sometimes it gets a little bit misused because we don't have a proper understanding of what trauma really is. So basically, trauma is an emotional response to an event. This pertains to an abnormal event or occurrence, and it may leave you in shock or denial. Sometimes it's not that drastic. Sometimes, because of our genetic makeup, we experience trauma in different ways. Sometimes a child not getting the ice cream that they wanted when they were little triggers a little bit of trauma in there, but we can get into that a lot later. Long-term reactions include unpredictable emotions, flashbacks, strained relationships, and even physical symptoms like headaches or nausea. Trauma can make you more vulnerable to particular sets of stimuli, in some cases someone shouting or even silence. Trauma may cause difficulties in your daily life, but because we are an adaptive species, some traumas become engrafted into our everyday life and we develop coping mechanisms. The reason I really want to talk about trauma within relationships, which is relational trauma, is because this will affect the way we relate to each other. We learn how to relate with other humans in the way our caregivers related to us. I say caregivers because not everyone was raised by their biological parents. Trauma that happens in these early stages of our bonding with our caregivers is engrafted into how we bond, causing trauma bonds. There's a lot that can be said about trauma bonds, but I'll just cover 7 main ones that you need to be aware of. But again, because this is not a video for that, I'll just briefly mention them and we could always discuss them should you decide to join the Black Swan Relationship Academy, Swan Nation, which is our monthly subscription where we gather with the amazing swans and we have group calls every single week and discuss things like this into more in depth, so that they can understand really how they are relating. So the first one is the intense attempt to always create we. In dating, this is known as love bombing, when a guy or a woman just wants to be we from the very instance. They want to make plans with you from the very minute. Excessive flattery, high praise, just so much going on. It's all too fast and all too much, and moves at the speed of lightning. The second one is codependency. Now this one's really close to my heart because codependent individuals will avoid taking up personal responsibility and will find being alone a challenge, and especially at this time at Christmas. Some of you would have most probably tried to spend time with whoever you could spend time with, not even wanted to, whoever you could spend time with, because you fear being alone. Again, that's another thing that we can talk about either in a discovery call or when you join SWAN Nation. The third is criticism and validation. The fourth is manipulation and gaslighting. The fifth is resignation and giving up. The sixth is loss of self. And the last one is addiction to this very same cycle. In this video, I want to focus on relational trauma. Experts have described relationship trauma as occurring when an intimate relationship has involved significant physical, sexual, and psychological abuse. Trauma puts us in an energetic loop that is at times difficult to get out of. We are continuously seeking a new high to satisfy the feeling that was initially imprinted by the trauma. It is almost like a drug. Despite the realities of traumatic relationships, it is possible to heal and move forward and experience healthy relationships again. Trauma happens when our basic needs are not met or violated, and so to get back to a sense of normalness, these have to be reintroduced to us. When we look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, there are some things that, just as being a human being, we just cannot ever go without. These would be physiological needs: safety, love, and belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. This is the healing process. To heal, we have to incorporate these into our everyday life. Will actually start to look like all of these needs are met, because whatever new habits that you start, especially if you have done the Nice Girl Rehab, all the links are below in the description box. Have a look at the Nice Girl Rehab and you will be able to start to define what your core needs are, just besides your physiological needs for safety, love and belonging, esteem and self-actualization. So when we start realizing that these particular needs are what we need to just thrive and be the most amazing human ever, we start to feel safe again. Having coaches that are trauma informed is very important to the growth of our practice here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, and we take pride in having coaches that are continuously training to provide you with experiences that shift and shape the new way you want to be in this life. We do have particular courses that we would recommend, but our best course, like honestly the most, if you want the most transformation within the Relationship Academy, is the Soulmate Attraction System, which addresses relational trauma and allows you a safe environment in which to process and heal. These are not therapy sessions, and I would advise you to speak to a therapist if you feel the need to. Give yourself the best chance to actually allow the love that you want in your life. I will be back right after this.
I created the Black Swan Nation because I wanted women from all over the world to be able to access on the point help with their dating and relationship needs. We have the expertise of our world-class coaches, including myself, supporting you ladies through your dating journey, to have access to live coaching without having to blow the bank. This, of course, we can only take a certain amount of ladies and support a certain amount of ladies, but I want you to know that you are currently welcome to the Black Swan Nation. You may end up on a waiting list, or you may get lucky and be able to get right into the Black Swan Nation, where we provide more insight, where we discuss more personal stories that will be of use to you. In the Black Swan Nation, there are no holds barred. It is unfiltered. It is only for the brave, because in the Black Swan Nation, we give you the raw truth. So all you have to do is follow the link on this video, and we will see you on the other side.
I do hope you have liked, commented, subscribed, and shared your opinion about what you have heard so far in this video. Let's get back right into it. Now, being in a relationship with someone who has a trauma history can be uniquely challenging at the best of times. When you have experience of relational trauma, you have the amazing opportunity to become informed and compassionate with your partner. The best thing you could do for yourself is to heal, as this will change the way your partner, your family, and your friends experience you. In many cases, individuals who experience trauma may behave in ways that are hard for their partner to understand. The way you used to escalate quickly to anger, expressing distrust, experiencing panic attacks, or becoming disengaged will be interrupted, as you will now understand the source of these triggers. The trauma that interrupted your emotional processing would have left you unable to articulate what is really going on inside you. I would call healing a way of giving a voice to those unsaid and unspoken emotions that have had you in a state at times. By giving something and anything a language, you give it the license to express and be heard. What would have normally caused conflict and miscommunication will now have a language in which it can be expressed. Once the healing has started, you will gain tools on how to ask your needs to be met, as well as have the language to help those around you assist you in meeting your needs. Nothing is left to chance or assumptions once you understand how you are wired. You will become a trauma-informed and compassionate partner who is able to maintain your own boundaries and safety within the relationship. Here are some ways that your healing will be able to help you attract a relationship that is honoring, safe, and cherishes you. First of all, you will have heightened self-awareness and be able to self-soothe, which will be the ultimate key to your powerful internal healing experience. By following through on your habits, you will learn and you will be able to pick up on red flags the moment they are introduced to you. You will not hesitate to walk away from situations that do not edify you, as well as be able to handle family that were used to treating you a particular way, especially during Christmas periods and holidays. Now it's time to be in a relationship. I know, right? It's crazy, but the truest way we can really know that we have healed is to practice. At the Black Swan Relationship Academy, we practice duty dating, which gives you an amazing way to really understand who you are and what you need in a relationship. I say now is the time for you to start dating, because you will now know and understand your core needs and the boundaries which will assist you getting what you want. You will be able to provide your partner with safety and stability. We all search for this, believe it or not, including men. We all look for a safe space in which we can just be ourselves and be accepted. Which is why when we find the friends we find, we hold on to them, because they have created an environment for us where we can just be ourselves and laugh out loud without being embarrassed and trying to cover our mouths, without feeling that we're being judged for doing that belly laugh that no one else has ever heard. When we are a safe space, this makes us memorable, because anyone can feel like they can tell you anything and they will not be judged or be looked at some kind of way. In this way, you are acting from your most authentic essence and not your ego. You are able to look at things, statements, and attitude with a new perspective and not from a scarcity and depraved mindset. When you are connected to your authentic self, you are able to really see your partner and suitors. And that is the part of our core needs, to be seen and to find acceptance, love, and belonging. When these qualities are availed to your partner and they can truly feel them, they are able to self-actualize, as this may be the only place where you can truly be yourself and they can truly be themselves. After all, we are all really looking to experience ourselves with our partners, and I believe that the relationships that last are the ones that have the level of acceptance, that have a level of allowing your partner to be seen. The only time someone feels unsafe is because we ourselves refuse to accept who they are and what they represent to us, or what they are presenting, because it may not benefit our current need, which is okay too, because from an authentic place you are able to let someone know that their presence may not be benefiting to you and not something that you wish to take forward, which is some of the scripts that we give you when you meet someone that you feel that your core needs are not aligned, and you're able to move on without any malice or attitude, and just let someone know that, look, we are not compatible. But I digress as usual, so I'm just going to leave this here. So for you to begin your healing journey, do book a discovery call, and all the links are in the description box below. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. If any of this has resonated with you, do feel free to get in touch. Let me know in the comments if this has been helpful, and if you have any further questions, do leave them in the comments below, like I said before. But in the meantime, you take care of you, and I will see you soon.
Well done for coming to the end of this video. What I want to ask you is, what have you learned? What is your takeaway? And what are you going to start practicing right away? Those 3 things are how you are going to get the best out of every class here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Please put it in the comments so that we can all have a look. So I can have a look, the coaches can have a look, and I promise you, we read every comment. We may not be able to reply to every comment, but we read all your comments, and we want to see how you are growing. And we will see you on the next video.